Alright guys, we are on the menu key bindings configurator page for Nexus mods. I am going to leave a link in the description down below to this mod so you guys can follow along if that's something that you feel like you need to do. I do recommend it. Alright, so let's get into what this mod actually is. It allows you to bind keys to several things within the game that the game usually doesn't allow you to bind keys to. If you look in the base game, mostly you're going to be able to switch between tabs and pages using Q, E, A, and D by default, I think. I might be wrong in that, but basically, those are the hotkeys in menus. Well, this mod basically opens that completely up to a whole mess of basically everything in the entire game as far as menus are concerned. And you're able to configure and put in whatever buttons you want for all those different options. So it's very useful. It is a bit of a manual setting, so it's not going to be something that shows up in the menu where you can rebind your hotkeys. You have to manually do it in a text file, which is a little tedious, maybe. But this could be very useful for you if you really, really want specific keys set up to do things. So with that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and get into installation. This is a pretty easy mod manager download for Steam. If you have Game Pass, the folder structure is set up specifically for Steam, so you would have to manually install this and place it in the right directory. Installation here, you got, and extract in your Oblivion Remastered folder. Sure. But as you can see here, it's saying to configure, it's in the binaries, UI key bindings. So this location here, it's inside your Oblivion Remastered binaries, Win64. That's the folder if you have Game Pass that you would need to install and drop this. You want to open Win64 and place this in there. This mod does require UE4SS, so if you don't have that installed already, I have a video going into detail on how to get that installed manually, and I will leave a link to that in the description down below as well. I have Steam, however, so I'm just going to go ahead and do a mod manager download of this. I'm going to do a slow download. I vastly prefer Vortex to manage all my mods. Let's see here, menu keys for binding, configurator for Steam. So that's it for the installation. It is installed, but currently, as this mod comes, it doesn't do anything, which is the pain point, I think, for this mod. If you have it manually installed, it's going to be the same thing. We can adjust this and get it all set up, so there is a bit of a setup component to this, and we will walk through that right now. It's not that hard. Basically, we come over here. We don't want to hit remove. You want to go to the arrow to the right of remove, and you want to go to open in file manager. This is going to automatically go to this mod folder right here, and you can see in here it's got the route going into the Win64. If you have manually installed this, these are the folders that you want to drop into your Win64 folder. Now, for Game Pass, it might not be called Win64, it might be called something else, but Oblivion Remastered binaries and something similar to Win64, I think. I don't have Game Pass, so take everything I say about that with a grain of salt. Okay, now, to get this mod set up, we need to go into UI key bindings, and we need to open this file right here, keybindings.ini. You can open it with any text editor. I'm just using Notepad right now. It's not the end of the world if you open it with something else, but essentially it's just a text file at the end of the day. It's formatted in a specific type of way as in any file. Basically, anything that has this semicolon here on the left makes the line not really exist. It's essentially a comment, which is a common practice in coding. Just think of it this way, that if this is here, the line is ignored. Okay, so if you notice, after I've said that, there is a semicolon in front of virtually every single line. The only place that they are not at is where the sections are. And I don't think the sections are going to do much either way. Now let's get into how we actually configure all of these different options. So he very conveniently added this section here. Basically all of this right here is key codes. So if you want a control, like a key that you're going to use to do something, you need to use either something from mouse and wheels, or from keyboard, or from gamepad. So common keys would be like backspace, tab, enter, pause, caps lock, escape, spacebar. Let's say I want the spacebar to be something. I would copy this, so Control C is a shortcut for copy, or you can right click and copy either way. But you then find a command that you want to tie spacebar to. And the different sections are here to help you understand kind of what menu, like container menu, or inventory menu, or book menu navigation, or basic navigation. So there's all these different options here, but let's say I'm in a container menu and inventory container menu, next details page, toggle sorting, hide, show details, haggle, take all. Let's say I want space to be this. I'm going to go ahead and drop it in there instead of R. And then I'm just going to remove the semicolon there, which means this line of code here, at the end of the day is what this is uncommented and available, and it will now recognize the haggle take all function to be the spacebar. And this is in the container menu, so haggle is kind of a strange word to be in this, but essentially, and this is kind of my guess, is that haggle take all is just take all items in a container. So if I hit the spacebar now, when I'm in a container, I'm going to take all items. You can play around with all these different menus here and different things in the menus. There's a whole mess of these. I do recommend that you actually spend some time looking over all of these and taking a couple of good guesses as to what things are and testing them out on your machine. I would probably, at the start of all this, pick one key to be your test key and then go around and putting it in different locations one at a time, and then go into your game and test it. Just so you're aware of exactly what all of these do, and then figure out what key bindings you think are going to be the best for that. That's kind of my recommendation. It's a slow process maybe, but at the end of the day, you're going to be able to set whatever keys you want at all to do whatever you want in your menus. So this is a great mod. This is going to be a process to get set up, but I think it's going to be worth it at the end because I think you're only going to have to set this up once and never think about it again. And you'll have hundreds of hours left of Oblivion gameplay to get into. But once we made that change, all we have to do is save the file. Once we have it saved, this is just a precautionary thing that I do, is I would disable this mod and then re-enable it so that Vortex registers your changes if you made any. Now, it might automatically set that up because I don't know if Vortex compiles the game when you launch it or if it just compiled it right there. That's the only reason that I disable it and enable it after I make any manual changes to mods. So I think that's the process for getting this all set up is you make a change, you save it, disable the mod, and re-enable the mod with Vortex, and then you should be good to go. But yeah, that was it for this mod, the menu key bindings configurator. I've also seen some comments from the mod author that he kind of wants people to set some preset configured key bindings and then post them on his mod so that, people can just download your version of it and you already know that all the key bindings are set a certain way and then there's less setup. So if anybody's interested in that, just drop something on the mod page there and see what the recommendations are from him as how to get that out to the public. And if I did anything wrong or you have any recommendations for me, please let me know in the comments down below. I do read the comments and I try to help out as much as I possibly can. And with new information, I'm always making updates. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this helps, and happy Mondays. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video all the way through to the end. I really appreciate it, and I hope it was very helpful showcasing this mod and showing how to install it. I'm really hoping that we can get this channel growing so that we can show as many people as possible how easy it is to install some mods and showcase some really good mods that some hardworking people come up with. In order to do that though, I'm really going to need you guys' help. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Share this video with as many people as you can. We'll try to get this channel growing and hopefully it helps as many people as possible. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time.